Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke. Thank you for joining. If you are new here, welcome. If you have watched my videos in the past, thank you for coming back. If you are new here and you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you can see all of my new videos that come out. Today, we are going to be doing a look back, or let's see where they are now video. I have a few videos where I didn't really unbox, but I showed new plants that I had purchased and gotten, or plants that I had propagated and cut back. And so I want to look at where the plants are now that they have been in my care for, a while. The first video I did was my first Monday Canton Trade Days, not review, but walkthrough. And I talked about the Tipsy Gardener, who I mention all the time, and a few other outdoor shopping plant places. I did end up coming home with 4 new plants that day, and so I want to take a look and see where they are now. The first one that we're going to take a look at is the Philodendron McDowell that I purchased. So let's see where it started.
First plant that I got is this Philodendron McDowell. Maybe I'll do a different video of it so you can actually see it, but the veins are different. So these are much more green, lime green, whereas a gloriosum veining is white. And I believe once these get full grown, or like more full grown, they don't have as pronounced veining, pillow leaves like the gloriosum does. They also don't get.
That's where it started. There has not been much progress on this guy at all. Here it is today. Still have it. It is now 4 leaves instead of 3. It does have a brand new leaf coming right there though. So it is a beautiful plant. I feel like it was a little bit shorter maybe when I got this, but it has grown. It has grown, I think. I haven't really tracked this one very well, other than knowing it had 3 leaves and now it has 4. So this is the newest leaf that it pushed out. And honestly, it pushed that out very shortly after I purchased it. And so it was a quick 1 leaf grow, and then it has been a while for this new leaf to come out. It does sit in a southwest facing window, but the window is more covered than some of my other south facing windows. Well, I only have 2 other ones, and this one and this one. It is still going strong. It's not lost any of its leaves. These guys here are their old leaves. It does have a lot of extra floral nectaries that are coming out, and I've noticed that right now a lot of my plants have them. If you can see those shiny marks right there, a lot of my philodendron have them currently. So I don't know if it's like a seasonal thing that they're going through and that is why it's happening or what. But I have just noticed that. The care on this guy, again, I keep him in a southwest facing window. He likes the bright and direct light, and I do not let this dry out. So my Philodendron McDowell, my gloriosums, my mammii, my melanochrysum, I don't let those dry completely out before I water them again, because it really affects how their new leaves, I do that a lot. I'm going to trademark that, leaves come out. They will either come out deformed or not at all and get stuck. So I make sure that I water once the probably bottom inch of soil is still wet. Otherwise, this guy has been really easy to care for, and it is a beautiful little velvety plant. The second one from that Canton video was my, I have to think about this. My Philodendron Plowmanii. I had to think about it for a minute there. So my Philodendron Plowmanii, let's see where it started.
A Philodendron Plowmanii. Now, yes, it is very tiny. It's very immature right now. But these plants, when they get more mature, their leaves are beautiful, stunning foliage. So this is just a little guy. That's his biggest leaf right there. But it was just fun to see this because I have never seen one so small.
So here is my Philodendron Plowmanii today. It's so pretty. You are starting to see the silvery pattern on the leaves, and they have really sized up. So in that video, you'll see that they were pretty juvenile little leaves, and they didn't even have all of the silver on them quite as much when I first purchased it. So much that I didn't believe that this was a Plowmanii because the leaves were just very juvenile. If you have seen one of these in their full mature state, they are large, silvery, like pillowy leaves. And so I just didn't, I couldn't see it. But now that it has grown, so it has taken off a lot. It is constantly growing. Like there is new growth here. And this guy was the only leaf that I've dealt with it getting stuck, but it is constantly growing. There's new leaves coming out over here and a new leaf just unfurling right here. And so very pretty leaves. I am just very pleased with how this plant has done because it doesn't sit next to a humidifier versus I feel like the closest plant I have to this currently is my Mammii, which is right here. And it needs humidity. If I don't have the humidity on for that guy for like a day, it's noticeable for the plant and it just doesn't do well when it's unfurling a leaf. And so this guy has done really well without humidity. It does sit under my grow light and so it gets consistent lighting. But otherwise, it's just kind of been a chill plant. Now, I let this one dry all the way out before I water it versus, again, my McDowell gloriosum, my Mammii and Melonchrysum, I don't let those dry out. But this guy doesn't seem to mind. It might have been an issue of why this one leaf got like stuck and messed up because I didn't water it. But otherwise, it does really well. It's a very fast grower. And I have not had any issues with that. Usually with these plants, like the higher end, more uncommon plants, they are more difficult to care for. But I was really pleased to see that this guy wasn't a drama queen or anything. It's been very easy and has been just a really pretty plant to watch grow. Now it is already growing out of my spot that I have it in, so I'm going to have to move it. And that will be an issue because I don't have any grow lights really anywhere else. So it will be interesting to see how this does, maybe not under a grow light and in just a general, natural lighting. But otherwise, it has been a really easy to care for philodendron, in my opinion. We come to the part of the video where I purchased some plants from the outside vendors. These don't have a name or anything. They're just single like shop set up. And I purchased 2 plants from the outside vendors. The first one I purchased was a string of dolphins. And I purchased this guy for $10. So let's go see where it started.
This guy, I'm gonna have to just go to a different video. This, look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. I got this for $11.
And let's see where it is now. Nowhere. I killed it. I had it in a southwest facing window. I think I overwatered it. I really wanted this plant to survive and just thrive because it already was. It was so long and lush and large and it was just super pretty. And so I think I over coddled it and it quickly died. It just did not last probably a month, maybe it lasted in my care. But I think I got so concerned with watering it and not knowing and light. And I just overdid it. So I will show you what is left of it. It is not pretty. There's nothing left. So that is a bust, but it was $10 for that large pot. So it is what it is. However, my sister purchased one the same day and hers is doing very well. I gave her the tips of don't overwater it and to put it in direct sun, and she did that and it's doing very well in her care. So I'll show hers because it's still pretty. It's blooming and everything. The next one that was in that video was my variegated Optunia cactus. So let's go see where it started.
This is an Optunia and I just thought they're so fun. I see these in store, but this guy was $5 and I thought that was a really good deal. So look at all that variation in there. It's so pretty and cute and these get really pretty flowers.
And here it is today. Still alive, still doing really well. It has gotten a lot taller and this does sit under a T5 Barina grow light and it's doing very well. It has grown a lot, I feel like. It has started to get this like sun stressed pink part on the tips of the paddles or whatever you call them. And so, yeah, this has been an easy to care for, kind of a random one for my collection. I don't have many cacti, but it's very pretty. I love the variegation on it and the little pink tips. They're very cute, and it's a very pretty little cacti. That is my variegated Optunia, still alive. So that is where we were for those plants in that video. The next plants that I'm going to show, I didn't ever post a video of them, but I really wanted to share the progress of them because they have grown so much. So back at the beginning of the year, I went to a plant pop-up shop in Dallas for Fitzgerald Tropics. I purchased 2 plants from them. One was a Syngonium albo, and I really wanted this plant. It was on my wish list for plants for a very long time, and I finally got it. So let's see where it started.
Syngonium albo. And so I saw that they had them, and I got my husband to take me, and it was worth it because I got this beautiful guy. I like Syngonium.
And here it is today. So this guy has grown a lot. He has become a very full little plant and very beautiful foliage. Some of the original leaves of this guy did fall off, but this is one of the original ones, which has that pretty, typical Syngonium shape. The other 2 plants in here, they did lose their foliage. This one has pushed out this really pretty half moon and all white leaf. I did have 2 other white leaves that I pushed out in my care, but they both died off, and this is the only one that's lasting. Otherwise, the entire plant is doing very well. The variegation on it is very pretty, and I'm very happy with this plant. I think it is beautiful, fun, easy, fast grower. I do not let the soil dry all the way out, though. It does not enjoy that. So I, again, will water it once the bottom inch is still wet. It does sit on top of my shelf right here, so it gets southwest facing light, and it has just done extremely well. It does like humidity. It is just like my mammy eye, where it will kind of tell me that it's not happy by lack of humidity. So if you do have this guy, I would suggest a little humidifier to make it super happy in its space. I keep saying happy. It's starting to vine out right here. So these are just like a pothos or vining philodendron. They will climb. So you could put this on a trellis, you could put it on a moss pole, and it will climb up it and become very beautiful and lush, or you can let it trail down. That is my Syngonium albo. Like I said, I purchased 2 plants from their pop-up, and the second one was a Philodendron Burly Marks variegated. And so let's see where that started.
But the variegation on this one was very pretty. I thought he was super cute. And they had a ton of other just high variegation plants that are sought after.
And here it is. This one is by far my absolute favorite plant that I own. I would be very sad to see this guy go if I had to get rid of my plants, because it is so beautiful and it has gotten so full since I purchased it. I got it as a 3-leaf cutting, and it has grown so much. It is bubbly, beautiful, and I have not seen a variegated plant like this. It is very military uniform with how structured the variegation is. I feel like there was a leaf that you could see it. Oh yeah. You can see it right here. It's just very blocky and very beautiful. And this all cream leaf is stunning, and it is constantly growing. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 new growth points. It's a super easy to care for plant. I let the soil dry all the way out. It does sit under a T5 Marina Grow Light. It did lose the 2 leaves that it came with, but that's okay because they've all come back. This is an absolute must-have plant for me because it is so beautiful and I cannot stop looking at it. So that's the update on this guy. That was my update of where they were and where they are. So thank you for watching. Again, if you have not, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.